Welcome into the Los Angeles Lakers Report by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Hope everybody had a good weekend as we have a loaded show coming up today for all of the real ones out there. Could the Lakers be pursuing Fred VanVleet in NBA free agency as he is going to join Clutch Sports? You know Clutch runs the Los Angeles Lakers. Also, Bleacher Report had some bold predictions for the Lake Show entering the second half of the season. We'll break that down. And should or would the Lakers re-sign D'Angelo Russell in NBA free agency this offseason? We're going to break all that down on today's show. But first, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, youtube.com/LakersTV. We put out videos almost every single day on everything Los Angeles Lakers, and we're less than 350 subscribers away from getting to 50,000 subs on the channel. Rumors are producer Coop is going to have a hell of a time here on the channel when we get to 50,000 subs, maybe even a beer shotgun. Hit that big red button, sub for Lakers Dubs. Let's first start with Fred VanVleet as he has joined Clutch Sports. A potential Lakers free agency target has joined Clutch Sports. So you got LeBron, now also maybe Fred VanVleet. This is what Sports Illustrated had to say on the potential free agent target. He said VanVleet has a $22.8 million player option in his contract for the 2023-2024 season. So he has the option of becoming an unrestricted free agent in the offseason. The All-Star apparently turned down a 4-year, $114 million contract extension offer from Toronto during the offseason. Well, that sounds like a bad business move because I'm not sure Fred VanVleet will get anything close to that in free agency after he has somewhat had a disappointing season, averaging less than 20 points per game, 6.6 assists. The assists and points are fine, but it's the efficiency, or I guess lack thereof, that's a problem. He's shooting less than 40% from the deck and less than 35% from downtown. Fred VanVleet has always been an efficient player, not so much for the Raptors this year, but I do want to say adding Fred VanVleet to the Lakers would both raise the floor and the ceiling for the Lakers, because I think getting a point guard like him, that's an NBA champion, someone that has a lot of big-time games under their belt, someone that's proved in the postseason that they can be counted on, and someone that can carry you to an NBA Finals, unlike D'Angelo Russell. I just think VanVleet is more of a steady option at that point guard spot, and I have to believe playing next to Anthony Davis and LeBron James would help him get easier shots, which would raise his efficiency from the floor. I mean, when you look at this Lakers roster right now, there's really only 2 point guards that they have. This would be an offseason move. Want to make sure everybody knows that. But you got Russell, who's going to be an unrestricted free agent, and Schroeder, who's going to be an unrestricted free agent. So you're going to have to restock the cupboard at the point guard position, and I think VanVleet is an option. I mean, this summer, point guard has to be the number one priority for LA. We've heard rumors that maybe there could be a little sign and trade with Dallas, AD going to Dallas, Kyrie going to the Lakers. I don't want to read too much into that, but we have seen that and talked about that on the show. But I think that tells you that Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss, and this front office want to go out and get a steady point guard that can team up next to LeBron James. Whether it's Fred VanVleet or Kyrie Irving, I definitely think the Lakers are going to exhaust all and every option to do that and reload in the backcourt. So before we move on to the next segment of today's show, I want to ask you guys this question. Should the Lakers pursue Fred VanVleet? I think it's worth it. I think it's definitely an option, and I would pursue it. But it wouldn't be my number one target, would not be Fred VanVleet. But if you strike out on option number 1 or number 2, he's definitely a good fallback plan. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let me know, should the Lakers pursue Fred VanVleet? We'll get to the rest of the show coming up in a second, but first, we got to talk about what Bleacher Report was talking about in their most recent article. They predict the new-look Lakers will make the playoffs this year, and I thought it was pretty noteworthy that LeBron James, I believe it was last night, said that these next 23 games are some of the most important basketball games he's going to have played in his career. I think LeBron has one mission on his mind, and that's get back into the postseason so he doesn't miss 2 postseasons in back-to-back seasons. This is what Bleacher Report had to say about the Lakers making the playoffs. They said, thanks to a brilliant performance by Rob Pelinka leading up to the trade deadline. This is the best Lakers roster since the one that spent 3 months at Disney World. Still below 500 at 27-32 and sitting at 13th in the West. Time is running out to make a late playoff push. However, thankfully, the format that LeBron James blasted in the past is now the Lakers' best and probably only path to reach the postseason. Isn't that funny how life works? LeBron complains about the playoffs and the play-in, and now he's going to be a beneficiary of it. They're right now, when you look at the Western Conference standings, you got LeBron and the Lakers at the 13th seed, but they're just a couple of games out of the playoff race. I mean, they have 2 less wins than the 9th seed Golden State Warriors, and if you look at the rest of this Lakers schedule, I don't want to say it's easy because it's never easy to get wins in the NBA, but based off winning percentage alone, they have one of the easiest remaining schedules in the NBA, and I do believe that they're better than the Blazers, Jazz, Thunder, and Golden State Warriors, so I believe they could definitely climb up in the Western Conference ranks, and especially with the way that Rob Pelinka performed at the NBA trade deadline. You know, I like this roster. I think this is a good starting 5 of D'Angelo Russell, Dennis Schroeder, LeBron, Rui Hachimura, and Anthony Davis. It's just about what are you going to get from the rest of the guys. You need Vanderbilt and Beasley to play like they were playing in Utah before they got here. You need Mo Bamba to take a step and really be that first big man off the bench that can either play the 5 or the 4 on this squad. I mean, the Lakers have the ammo and the ammunition to make a push. What Pelinka was able to do at this trade deadline, I know some people may not have been too happy about it. They didn't get that third superstar in here. Really, they didn't even get a star in here. I would say D'Angelo Russell is an all-star and not a star, but they got a lot for what they gave out. When you look at it and stack up what came in and what came out, I think the Lakers were the winner of the NBA trade deadline. And I think now LeBron and Anthony Davis have enough at their disposal to make a run in the Western Conference. And I think they will make the playoffs. I think they're going to heat up over the final stretch of this NBA season. Just listening to LeBron speak about it, he just sounded like he was extremely determined to make it happen. And look, if LeBron and AD play 20 of the 23 remaining games, I think the Lakers are a lock to be a playoff team in the West. We got one more story to talk about, but first, I want to ask you guys to engage in the comment section. Will the Lakers make the playoffs? I think they will, but I want to hear from you. Type P for playoffs, or if you think they're going to be saying Cancun on 3 after game 82. Type C in the comments for Cancun. We're going to get to one more Lakers rumor coming up in a second, but we have an amazing deal. Shout out to Fanatics with some Lakers gear. Go to chatsports.com/Lakers t-shirt. That's chatsports.com/Lakers t-shirt. That link is in the comments and description below. They have t-shirts for as low as $8. Even this t-shirt 2-pack is on sale. It's an incredible deal. You got a nice short sleeve shirt for the summer, and you got a little long sleeve shirt for when it gets a little cold out in LA. Get you some Lakers gear to rock for the rest of the season and on the way to the postseason. Go to chatsports.com/Lakers t-shirt. D'Angelo Russell. What's his role should the Lakers re-sign him? I think it was a good get at the NBA trade deadline. You really didn't give up that much. I think you got a player who makes this team better. Darvin Ham doesn't want D'Angelo Russell to defer to LeBron and AD. Well, Darvin, I got something to tell you. That's not going to happen because LeBron runs this team and Anthony Davis does as well. It's going to be hard for D'Angelo Russell to come in with 23 games left and ask him to be the D'Angelo Russell that made him an all-star out in the East when he was a part of the Brooklyn Nets. It's just not possible. I think he's going to be great for them? I don't know, but I think he will be serviceable and help this team win games. That's what Ham had to say about Russell. He said, once he gets more familiar with our movement, offense, and different things, we want to get done in the half court just being regular old D'Lo. A really good pick and roll player, a really good shooter, really not going to have to force anything. You run into that problem with LeBron and AD on the floor sometimes where guys tend to defer. But we want him to be aggressive and do what he does. And yes, that does sound good in theory, but the Lakers have not found a good point guard or a good fit at the point guard spot during the LeBron and AD tenure yet. Could that be D'Angelo Russell? Maybe, but LeBron throughout his career has never really played, unless I'm just blanking on this, Coop, next to a ball-dominant point guard like D'Angelo Russell, except for Kyrie Irving. And I think we all know that D'Lo ain't Kyrie Irving. He is having a damn good season, though, and I would say this is D'Angelo Russell's best season in the National Basketball Association. It's the first season in his career where he's on pace to play more than 70 games and shoot better than 46% from the floor. He's also on pace to shoot above 39% from downtown, getting you 18 a night and 6+ dishes. I like Russell, no doubt about it. I just wonder if the fit next to him and LeBron is going to work out, because we've seen D'Angelo Russell play his best ball when the ball is in his hands. When you come to the Lakers, you're going to be a third or fourth option with the ball predominantly being in LeBron and AD's hands. The trade for Russell gives the Lakers a 25-game free look at him before free agency, and I think that was a good idea. You get to get just a real look at a test run. And if D'Angelo Russell is the guy, I think he has the potential to be, no doubt about it, but I am concerned a little bit about the fit. Before we leave today's show, though, I got to ask one more question. Because me and Coop, producer Coop, pushing the ones and twos, we were arguing about this before the show, so settle the debate in the comments section. Pick a player. Who'd be the better point guard for the Lakers? Type D-Lo if you're rocking with D'Angelo Russell. Hopefully he ain't snitching no more. Or is it Fred VanVleet? Type FVV. I want to hear from you down in the comments section. I'm rolling with Russell, but I get what Coop's saying with Fred VanVleet. Look, if you want to win a ring, you got to have LeBron and AD play like MVP players. That's really all this boils down to. I appreciate everybody for tuning in into today's show. Stumbling a little bit. Hey, make sure you like this video, though, if you want more videos like this here on the channel.